This is Mario Central here with you today in front of some green-like tubes. I don't know what they're producing here, man, but it sure ain't Shadow Pokemon. I don't know, did Shadow Pokemon go through there? Oh, you were so that little boy who ran off with Professor Crane. The voice returns. I love this. Because of what you did, Master Grievel was oh so angry. It made everyone miserable and it's so all your fault. It's okay now. We didn't need Professor Crane anyway. I just so needed to be serious just a little tiny bit to get XD1's final adjustments just right. It's so perfect now. Purification will so not work on it ever. I'm so amazed because I am so a genius. Yes, I've still got it. Oh, you want to see my XD1? Oh, so sorry. That is so not possible. Why? Because I'm so going to defeat you, little boy. Here I come. Okay. Oh my god. This is why I can't do voices in LPs. Oh my god. I started laughing at my own voice. Like, it was kind of like when I was doing that voice for Ian Pokemon Coliseum. I couldn't take myself seriously. Oh my god. It's the same with Venus too. I did a very similar voice. But of course, Lavrina has a bit more attitude. Good old stereotypes. Who'd have thought she was so smart, huh? I mean, my goodness. She really... She's the one who programmed XD1 to not purify. I mean, you gotta credit her for that. Good old stereotypes. You didn't see that one coming. And this is funny. This is absolutely a perfect matchup that just happened here. Gardevoir and Gorbis, two weak Pokemon to both of them. I mean, wow. I honestly, what I'll tell you right now, I never plan my teams ahead of time. And I never go into the fight knowing their Pokemon. I always just like to leave myself surprised. I always just kind of tell my memory, don't remember this. Because I like to go into these fights kind of blind. I kind of see, well, who has lower experience, who needs more, who needs to catch up to their partner, or something like that. And hopefully this works. Alright, Bite! What I was thinking there is probably just use Bite. If it fails, then I'll use Fin Attack to kill off Gardevoir. What I'm hoping is the next Pokemon is not a Shadow Pokemon, and that would be really funny if the same mistake happens again, but how is seriously the next Pokemon going to die from a Feint Attack? I don't like this. Uh-oh. This Pokemon is certainly capable of dying from a Feint Attack. Don't do it! Hold back your power! No! 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 The same mistake! Darn it! Ah! Well, I told you already, expect me to kill a lot of them. Jeez. Oh my god. There goes... Okay, so now we have Raticate and Farfetch'd that we have to look out for. I shall remember this. Oh my god, I cannot believe that happened. Darn it. Why? Why must this happen to me? Why do I make all the wrong decisions? Oh, blah, blah. Oh my god. Of course that had to be a Farfetch'd. It couldn't be Altaria, because even a critical hit on Altaria, she probably would have survived, because Altaria is pretty beastly defensively. Ah, shoot. That's okay. At least it's not I didn't kill Altaria. I'd rather catch him than Farfetch'd. I'll get Farfetch'd later. I'll probably just use a very small move. I wish I still had Double Kick. That could have actually not... Well, knowing Farfetch'd, I don't know. He might have died. But Altaria, getting to the point here. Altaria is an awesome Pokemon. I mean, I used Altaria in my previous LP. He's pretty darn good, I will admit. I think especially later on in the generations when moves start being more... You know, when it gets to the physical special split, you know, you gain Dragon Claw coupled with the Dragon Dance, and this thing becomes really hard to take down. So it's a very good move for very good Pokemon for later generations. It's even good now because I used it in my previous LP. Although the only thing is, it has a low special attack, so Dragon moves won't work all that great, but it still works decently enough. So it's still a good Pokemon for that reason. Oh, jeez, especially since it's one of the only... I mean, not a lot of Dragon Pokemon learn Dragon Dance, so that's great that has it. So it's worth it to pick it up if you don't have yourself a Flygon such as myself, or you don't have another great Dragon Pokemon. It's not the best one ever, but I mean, it's a dragon Pokemon. You're gonna get what you're gonna get from a dragon Pokemon. Dragon Pokemon are always pretty good. So, that's my thing about that. And what I noticed the last time, you know, the shopkeepers, they have... 3 of them had personalities, eh? One of them had Infinite, right? The one where he's like, there was an impersonator of me? How dare he? And then there was the first one in the Gate Village where he's like, hey, we got some Pokeballs, we're the best in town. I really like that this game actually gave them personalities, because you won't see that very often. Probably in the anime, but you won't see that in the games ever. You just see that generic, hi, how may I help you? We are selling Pokeballs and Premier Balls, and I'll give you a Premier Ball as a bonus. It's the same thing over and over again. I think I would rather go to Arcanine, because right now, I can't use Sing, and I'm afraid of Gardevoir's power. Even though it's Altaria, I'm a little afraid. Now, as you can see here, which I haven't been pointing out, but you can see there are a lot more variety on Shadow moves, as I've stated before. Right? That was a Shadow Break. It's a pretty powerful Shadow move. And you're gonna see a lot of variety in this area in terms of Shadow moves. You're gonna see moves that are incredibly risky, that are tough, that... I really like this game, and just how many steps forward it took compared to Colosseum. And again, going back to the point how there's 2 Shadow Pokemon now, and you're gonna even get more as the game goes along. And what I also like is this final area. This final area is awesome, and I'll talk more and more about it as we go along, but we have defeated Lovrina! Ha-ha! Take that, stereotypical female genius. Yeah! Oh, you're terrible! I mean, really? Master Greavel will be so cross with me again? Oh, how I so dislike you. I'll be glad, little boy, when Master Greavel and XD001 make you pay. What? How could you ill-wish someone? Come on now, Lovrina. Just cause I beat you in a battle doesn't mean you have to turn into a sour sport or sourpuss. Is that the expression? I'm having a tough time remembering it. But, yes, that is the first admin we're taking down, but from here on out, we're actually not going to see many admins till much more later. It's kind of funny that they put her here now. She's not that tough compared to the other ones. The other ones get a lot better, but she didn't really get all that much tougher. I mean, you saw that there. I pretty much decimated her team. The only thing that was a little tough was just catching her Altaria with the Shadow Break, so it really wasn't that bad. I'm actually kind of surprised they put her this early. You would think they would put her later on, because I'll show you, like, I think for the next probably 3 or 4 parts, we won't see another Cypher admin, but then, once we do, we'll see one after the next after the next. So it's gonna be an entertaining ride. Now, I like this part of it. You just got the whole whirlpool going on. Oh, what are you doing here? A little guy like you shouldn't be in here. What do you mean? I've been taking down your criminal organization ever since the Shadow Pokemon Lab, so I definitely deserve to be in here. You don't judge me, I judge you. Bastille? You and your names. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna leave these guys in here for now because they need some experience to catch up. That works. Let's have him do Shockwave. I'm pretty sure that'll finish him off. And just a Fire Blast and some Viper. That should be good enough. I don't know. I don't think many trainers on this floor have a lot of Shadow Pokemon. I think it's only like 2 on this floor. Yeah, it really isn't that big of a deal. But while we're doing this and just generally exploring this floor, I could talk about why I like this final area so much compared to the last game. The last game had you go to Rilgum Tower, right? And you would face the admins in order, and it was cool, but I don't know. This area seems much more final area type like. Like you have all these trainers waiting to battle you, waiting to, you know, get any chance to stop you, and then you have the admins come out, and it's a whole new, brand new area, and it's really cool how it's not even on the map. It's so secluded. It really feels like, you know, they went to a lot of length to develop this area, and I really like this area. I can't stress it enough. Like, I really do think they did a very good job with designing this area compared to the last one. Last one was cool. I mean, sure, you had them wait in like little isolated rooms, but this one is just more, they're out in the open. It actually feels like an actual boss, like a villain's headquarters, you know what I'm talking about? And that's what I really like about this one. Haha, this time I finish you off because I know you're typing, Masquerade. I won't make the same mistake twice. Take that, Bestel, or Bastel, sorry. I cannot pronounce your clown names, I'm sorry. It's not working out here, man. Alright, let's get, maybe, okay, Athena would be good, and I think I'll just leave that for now, because she kind of needs some experience. I probably shouldn't have ignored her. Doctor, we could generate even bigger waves this way. Isn't it great? Well, stop sleeping on the job, man. If you want to tell your boss that you gotta wake up and go and tell him, don't just lie there. What is he thinking? A whirlpool is created when water currents collide. Try it when you're taking a bath. Whoa, you're telling me I can create my own whirlpool? Dude, I have no... That is amazing. Wait, seriously, I'm going to try that the next time. I'm just going to fill the tub with a whole bunch of water, and I'll just... Badoom! Splash 2 waves together and see what happens. You guys should try it too. Create your own whirlpool. We're responsible for keeping City-Dark Isle ringed with vicious waves. Thanks to this place, it's not easy for ships to approach City-Dark Isle. Well, not unless I have a Robo-Kyogre. That just completely ruined your plans, didn't it? Wasn't expecting that to happen, I know. Too bad for Macan. We researchers are honored and happy to serve Master Greeble. Our research funding is more than generous, and it's incredibly fun to create giant waves. Psh, it's funny how they put it so lightly, like, oh, okay, it's so much fun to work for him. He is the bestest ever. That's not our job. It's to terrify people into the pits of despair through battling. That is our purpose. Without clear vision, we are not about to lose. You think so, huh, Grayson? Well, Grayson, I have a little bit to show you, and that is Athena and James, if you know what I'm talking about. Looks like your Pokemon are gonna go down in one hit again. Well, I like how the researchers are so positive throughout this. They're like, oh, we're creating shadow Pokemon, we're creating so many whirlpools that no one could come here, and if they try, they get bashed away and they could possibly die. This is such an awesome job. They're so positive about it. I love it. I mean, I guess they gotta make a living, right? Oh my god. They're just happy with whatever they're doing. We get to create whirlpools. Yay! This'll be fun. Just like the way I'm gonna be in my bathtub when I try that. So it's like, well, let's create some waves now. Let's see what happens. I'm actually curious if that is true or not, because I will try it. I am not lying to you. I will sit in that bathtub and wait for whirlpools to appear. I'm just in such a good mood. This is the final area, man. We are close to finishing this. It's funny because this has taken a lot more longer. I've just had a lot more interruptions throughout all of this. I'll talk more about that later, but I'm just so glad to be here because I really didn't think it would come this quickly. Like, I'm already here at the final area. I can tell you right now, it'll probably take me around, I don't know, maybe about 6 to 7 parts, probably around that, to do this final area in general. So get stoked, people. You'll expect a lot of uploads probably in the following week or so, because maybe this week I'll release this one and then maybe some others, but we'll see how it goes. And what do you have to say about that now, huh? I lost after talking big. How humiliating! That's right, Grayson. You never do that. That is the mistake to make, and I just humiliated you badly, son. That's right, you disappear and go and hide in shame. Think about your actions, Grayson. Grayson. I meant to say Grayson. I think this one actually has a shadow Pokemon, but I want to go in here real quick and talk to this squirrel. Oh, you're not going to even stop me. Well, thank you very much, whoever you are. Who are you? I'm going to change mine to my white lab outfit. Don't come in. Promise me, okay? What? So there are hunters in the lab outfits? Jeez, I gotta... That's kind of an interesting discovery. A Banette, eh? So that's the last shadow. I couldn't remember what shadow Pokemon was coming next. So we have ourselves a Kangaskhan and a Banette. And this Kangaskhan is probably going to finish off these guys pretty soon. Oh, thank you. At least the sun is up. This is going to make Shiftry just a lot more better. This strategy is really working out for me well. I think Banette, you know what? I cannot attack Banette without fearing that it's going to kill it, so let's just get Athena, probably sing it to sleep. Hopefully Athena doesn't die. I'm just kind of hoping on that much, but we'll see what happens. Now, as for Kangaskhan and Banette, Kangaskhan I like a lot, actually. He's an interesting Pokemon, actually. Before I actually Let's Play this game, I had a practice run just to see how well I remember, and as I stated before, I had used Athena, I had used... oh, not Athena, but I had used Ms. Fox, I had used Bluebee, and I had used, who's my other... I can't even remember my own Pokemon right now. And as I said, Primeape was one of the Pokemon that I had used differently, and Kangaskhan was the other. I had actually decided to try him out and see what he was like. And you know what? He did a pretty good job for me. Kangaskhan overall has pretty balanced stats. He's got massive attack, which is definitely something you want. You don't want to couple it with special attacks because it has 0. You really don't want to teach it anything like that. It can learn it, but really, what's the point? You don't want to do that. Oh, what are you doing now? Oh, Shadow Mist. Okay, that's not so bad. I like Kangaskhan's little animations. He kind of tosses his Joey around. That little kangaroo. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I always like that. Like, look at him. The little Joey's just kind of hanging around. He's like, oh, look at me. I could do a scratch. He's learning from the adult Kangaskhan. He's like, watch me go. Yeah, boom. And when he just did that Shadow Mist, he kind of tossed him up. Just the little details in the animations, man. They're so cool. Honestly, they really did put a lot of effort into this. I wish Genius Sonority would really... because they haven't made any good games lately, I know that. And it's funny because you look at these companies, right? And you look at, they've done these games and you feel like, well, can they keep doing it, right? Or can they make different genres of gaming? And it's funny, when you look at Game Freak, for instance, right? Game Freak is the whole mastermind behind Pokemon. And what's so interesting is they're a very good company. It's not that all they can ever do is Pokemon. They can do a lot more than that. They've proven that. They had a game called, I think, they had a very interesting platformer on the Game Boy. I can't remember what it was called, but it involved like some machines. I think I really can't remember off the top of my head. They also created this Pulseman game. It was an old school game for like Sega, and it was really cool. They made that. They made they made Mario and Wario, and then recently they made Harmonite. And all of these games are excellent. Like, they're very good, and it's just like these companies are capable of much more than you think. Like, it's amazing. You see them make Pokemon all the time, you're like, oh, okay, that's the only thing they do. Then they go and step aside and make Harmonite and all these games, and you're like, whoa, wait a second. This company's pretty darn good. It's really funny because that's the same opinion I had on Next Level Games. If you know them, they are the ones responsible for Mario Strikers, which, by the way, is like the best multiplayer game ever, right? Mario Strikers for the GameCube. I don't too much like Mario Strikers Charged, but when I heard they were going to do Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, I'm like, seriously? They're going to do it? And they made Mario Strikers. Could they do Luigi's Mansion? And then I played Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, I'm like, holy crap, man! They're amazing! They really know their stuff, and Nintendo is going to actually hire them again to work on another game, which they haven't released yet. So it's very interesting to see that video game companies, some of them aren't capable, and that is clearly evidenced, but sometimes, like these companies that don't make very many games outside of their comfort zone, and then they do, and you're just like, whoa, why don't they do this more often? Like, it was like Retro Studios, right? Retro goes and makes Metroid Prime, and everyone's like, okay, that's all they can do. They can't do more than that. Then they go and do Donkey Kong Country Returns and Mario Kart 7, and then people are like, Jesus, why doesn't this company make more games? They're amazing, and it's really funny when I look at that and just see that, wow, you know, video game companies are so much more capable than people realize. Manette, get in the ball! What are you doing, Manette? No. 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 Get in the ball. Now, I order you as my pet. Get in the ball. You took down my Gardevoir. I've been babbling on because I've been wanting you to catch this whole entire time. But of course, you haven't. For some reason, she's never usually this hard to catch. Banette isn't even that great of a Pokemon. I don't really like it that much. It's okay. There's nothing really that special. It's very average. And it gets taken down pretty darn easily. Are you doing the same thing as Sableye? Okay, fine, Banette. You want me to do the same thing with Sableye? Fine. I praise you, Banette. You are the almighty. You are not average. You are the best of all that can be. You have taken down my Gardevoir. You have taken down my Leave. You are the best. No one can compare to you. Now, please, can you get inside the ball so you can join and I can purify you and we can all live together in a big happy family? Come on, Banette. Do it. I'm actually gonna have to use an Ultra Ball. I never have had to use an Ultra Ball before. This is ridiculous. I'm surprised she's putting up that much of a fight. I love the fact that the Pokemon I'm bad-mouthing, they're the ones putting up a fight. Like Kangaskhan, he caught immediately. Banette's the one that's been putting up a fight, same with Sableye. This is not how it works, man. Alright, thank you, Banette. You have caught and I think that about does it. We have explored 2 floors of this place, and we have a little bit more to go. Yes, I am too much. That's right. Acknowledge it, and I shall move on. Thank you all for joining me. This is Mario Central, signing off.